My best friend tried to murder me 3 times before I finally discovered the truth. And the person who saved my life? The mysterious bodyguard I couldn't stand, who turned out to be the love of my life. This is my story. My name is Aria, and at 21 I had everything. Sold-out concerts, millions of fans, and wealthy parents who gave me the world. But fame comes with darkness that follows you everywhere. It started when my boyfriend Marcus took me to an exclusive island party. When we arrived at a helicopter pad instead of a yacht, my fear of heights kicked in. "You know I'm terrified of heights," I said, my voice shaking. Marcus rolled his eyes. "It's 5 minutes. Stop being so melodramatic. Get over it." Those words cut deep. "Enjoy the party without this drama queen, then." I stormed off. Walking back to the city, I noticed a hooded figure following me. I spun around, gripping my stiletto. "Why are you hiding? I don't bite!" The figure threw a magazine at me and ran. When I picked it up, ice flooded my veins. It was my latest cover, defaced with violent red markings and death threats scrawled across my face. I convinced myself it was just another obsessed fan. That was my first mistake. The threats escalated. Dead flowers appeared at my dressing room. Photos of me taken inside my own home arrived. Someone had been watching me. My parents finally insisted I hire a bodyguard, and this time, I couldn't refuse. When I opened the door the next morning, I nearly passed out. Standing there was possibly the most attractive man I'd ever seen, maybe 25, with an athletic build and intense dark eyes. "Hey, handsome, are you sure you're a bodyguard and not my next boyfriend?" I said, recovering with my trademark confidence. He didn't smile. "My name is Cade. I've been hired to ensure your safety." "You look too young for this job. How can I trust you?" Before he could answer, a soccer ball came flying at my head. Cade's hand shot up and caught it effortlessly with one hand. "Trust me, I'm exceptionally good at my job." As we walked to his car and he opened my door, I accidentally brushed against his chest. It felt like touching granite. This man was solid muscle. So everything was about to change at school that morning. My bodyguard would end up in a fight, my relationship would explode, and the real danger was closer than I ever imagined. Stay with me. This story gets crazy. At school, Marcus was waiting, his expression dark when he saw Cade. He grabbed my arm roughly. "Getting revenge by flirting with some other guy? How could you?" "He's my bodyguard. I'm still angry at you, and now you're accusing me of cheating? Is there a problem here?" Cade's voice carried an unmistakable warning. "Stay out of this!" Marcus tried to shove Cade aside. In one fluid motion, Cade grabbed Marcus's arm, spun him around, and pinned him face down against the ground. "Let go of me!" Marcus shouted, struggling. "Cade, stop!" I yelled. After 30 seconds, Cade released him. Marcus scrambled up and charged at Cade like a bull. I jumped between them. "That's enough! He's just doing his job!" "Why do you need a bodyguard when you have me? I'll protect you," Marcus demanded. At that moment, a tiny spider dropped on Marcus's shoulder. He let out a high-pitched scream and ran away. So much for my protector. As Cade and I walked down the hallway, every girl we passed stared with open fascination. "He looks more like a model than a bodyguard," one whispered. "He's way more attractive than Marcus," another added. They weren't wrong. Cade was objectively gorgeous. When we reached my classroom, my best friend Riley was waiting with my favorite coffee. Before I could take a sip, Cade snatched it. He sniffed it, took a drink himself, waited several seconds, then nodded. "Clear." Riley's eyes widened. "Did you seriously think I'd poison my best friend?" "Just doing my job," Cade replied without emotion. Riley pulled me aside. "You're giving up your privacy just like that? Something about him screams danger. You need to fire him immediately." "It's only his first day. Let's just see how it goes." But as the day progressed, I realized Riley might have a point. Cade followed me everywhere. He stood behind me in every class, waited outside bathroom stalls, stood outside my bedroom door at home. I never saw him sleep or eat. His face remained locked in that same cold, expressionless mask. A few days later at my recording studio, a young fan rushed toward me. Before I could react, Cade grabbed his wrist and twisted his arm. "Drop your weapon!" "I just wanted an autograph," the poor guy cried, holding a pen and notebook. "Cade, let him go. What's wrong with you? You need to get used to my fans." "Just doing my job." The next day, Marcus appeared with a peace offering. My cousin is throwing an exclusive yacht party with A-list celebrities this weekend. She'd be thrilled if you came. Parties were my weakness. Fine, but I'll hang out with you tomorrow. Marcus requested I not bring Cade on our date. When I asked Cade, his response was inflexible. My job is not to leave your side. I can't allow that. So our romantic date became a trio situation. At the private movie theater Marcus rented, both Marcus and I cried during the emotional film. Cade sat between us with zero reaction. Was this guy even human? At the French restaurant afterward, Marcus suddenly tried to force himself on me. Just one kiss, babe. Not now, Marcus. We're in public. He wouldn't take no. Suddenly, Cade stood up, grabbed Marcus by the collar, and threw him backward. Marcus crashed into an empty table. He grabbed a chair and raised it like a weapon. Before he could strike, I shoved between them. Stop it right now! Your stupid bodyguard started this, Marcus yelled. Something snapped. No, Marcus! You go home! I called him a cab. When he finally left, I turned to Cade angrily. I know he was a jerk, but I can handle my personal life. You don't have to interfere every second. He was disrespecting your personal boundaries. Your job is to keep me safe, not meddle in my relationships. Know your boundaries. Understood. It won't happen again. A few days later at a concert, I was performing when fans tried climbing on stage. Suddenly, Cade jumped up and pushed them back. Then he literally picked me up and carried me backstage mid-performance. My parents are paying you to protect me, not destroy my career, I exploded. Your life is in danger. You need to treat everyone as a threat. That's ridiculous. Whoever's sending threats is probably some harmless loser. Better cautious than dead. I complained to my parents, but they praised him. They were hopeless. So I turned to Riley, who came up with a plan. Test his patience. Annoy him until he quits. You're good at being a gorgeous brat. Use those powers. That night at 4 a.m., I found Cade awake in the hallway. I need you to get my favorite Starbucks coffee. That's not part of my job. Do it, or I'll make your job harder. I rattled off the most complicated order imaginable. 1 iced venti caramel macchiato with 6 mocha shots, 1/4 oat milk, 1/8 almond milk, medium whipped cream, caramel drizzle, rose design on top, biodegradable cup with pink straw. Got it. He left. 40 minutes later, he returned with my exact order, perfect in every detail. I was stunned. Later, I went on a shopping spree, making Cade carry 15 bags. He carried everything effortlessly, his expression never changing. I faked a sprained ankle and made him carry me on his back for half a mile. He didn't break a sweat. Finally giving up, I escaped through a bathroom window and donated all the clothes to an orphanage. While playing with the kids, Riley texted me photos of Marcus kissing a blonde girl. I didn't even care. I sent Marcus a breakup text and blocked him. Problem solved. To celebrate, I went clubbing. A cute guy approached me on the dance floor, and Cade immediately pushed him away. I'm sick of this. If you're scaring away every guy, then you dance with me. I don't mix business with pleasure. Then go sit down while I find someone. I turned to the next guy. Before I could make contact, Cade grabbed my hand. Fine, I'll dance with you. The song shifted to a slow, romantic melody. Cade pulled me closer, his hand on my waist. We swayed together in a way that felt far too intimate. This isn't so bad, is it? I said softly. If you say so, ma'am. You can call me by my name. If you say so, Aria. The faintest smile appeared on his face, and my heart did something strange. We continued dancing, his eyes locked on mine. His face moved closer until I could feel his breath on my lips. Then suddenly he pulled away abruptly. We need to go home. But it's still early. Safety reasons, let's go. His voice was strained. When we got home, I found a box on my bed. I opened it and screamed. Dozens of rats jumped out and scattered everywhere. Cade rushed in and found a note inside. For the first time, I saw genuine fear on his face. Someone broke into your room. This person means serious business. We need to be much more careful. He suggested I skip school for a few days. For once, I agreed. Just when I thought things couldn't get more intense, my biggest concert was scheduled for Paris, and despite escalating threats, I refused to cancel. But what happened on that stage would reveal my stalker's true identity. And it was someone I'd trusted completely. Don't go anywhere. My manager reminded me about my Paris concert. 30,000 sold-out tickets in my largest venue yet. Don't make public appearances until we identify who's threatening you, Cade said firmly. No, I'm not letting some creep scare me into hiding. This was planned months ago. I'm not canceling. Cade finally nodded. Fine, one condition, we share a hotel room so I can maintain constant surveillance. I agreed. In Paris, I rehearsed late while Cade stood by the window scanning the street. The next morning I found him asleep on the couch. The first time I'd seen him rest. Something on the floor caught my eye. His wallet had fallen out, a photograph visible inside. I picked it up. The photo showed a beautiful young girl with a bright smile. My stomach twisted. Was I jealous? Of course not. Why would I care if he had a girlfriend? I quickly put it back. Before the concert, Cade grabbed my arm. Please postpone this. It's too dangerous. I've already told you I can't. Aria, please. I care about you. He stopped abruptly. Oh, you care? I thought I was just your client, I said coldly, thinking of the photo. Just do your job, and I prefer when you call me ma'am. Yes, ma'am. His voice was flat, emotionless again. During my concert, 30,000 people sang my lyrics back to me. Midway through my fourth song, I spotted Cade in the crowd. He was smiling. Actually smiling. He looked so different, so human. Number. Snap out of it, Aria. He has a girlfriend. During my fifth song, I saw him. A hooded figure in the crowd, his hand reaching into his jacket, pulling out something that glinted. A gun. Everything moved in slow motion. My voice died. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. Then strong arms grabbed me from behind and swept me off my feet. Cade carried me off the stage at a full sprint. Screaming erupted behind us. Stay here, don't move, Cade commanded, depositing me in my dressing room. He returned 15 minutes later, his expression grim. I lost him in the crowd. I was shaking uncontrollably. Without a word, Cade gently picked me up and carried me back to our hotel. He tucked me into bed and sat nearby. Try to sleep. You're safe now. I promise. Despite everything, I felt safe with him watching over me. Sometime in the night, half asleep, I felt him adjust my blanket and gently brush his fingers against my cheek. Why did that simple touch make my heart race faster than any death threat? The next morning, I followed cooking smells to the kitchen. I peeked around the corner and stopped. Cade was dancing. Actually dancing while cooking breakfast, completely relaxed. For the first time, he looked like a normal person. When he saw me watching, I felt suddenly shy. No makeup, messy hair. That's the first time I've seen you without makeup, he said. You look even more beautiful than usual. My breath caught. Is complimenting me part of your job now? Maybe, that small smile appeared. I knew it. No one can resist my charms. Not even my emotionless bodyguard. I wonder what your girlfriend would say. His eyebrows rose. The photograph in my wallet? You looked through my things? My face flushed. You were asleep, and it fell out. That's my sister, he said quietly. Her name was Maya. Was, past tense. He revealed they'd grown up together in an orphanage. She was his only family. Years ago, he'd failed to protect her from someone who hurt her, and she died because of his failure. That's why I became a bodyguard. I couldn't save her, but I can save others. She always wanted to visit Paris and go to the top of the Eiffel Tower. She never got the chance. My heart broke for him. Then let's go. Today, for her. After yesterday? Absolutely not. I also know you're afraid of heights, he added gently. I'm not scared when I'm with you. I'll be fine. I promise. Something in my voice convinced him. He finally agreed. At the Eiffel Tower, as we stepped onto the escalator, Cade noticed my shaking hands. Are you sure? We can turn back. No, I can do this. At the observation deck, I squeezed my eyes shut, my heart pounding. I don't know if I can. You made it to the top. Now you have to see this view. My sister would have loved this moment, and I've got you. Do you trust me? Yes. Yes, I do. Keep your eyes closed. I'll guide you. His hands took mine as he led me forward. Then his arms wrapped around my waist from behind. Now, open your eyes. I opened them slowly. Paris stretched before us in every direction, glittering in the late afternoon sun. The Seine River wound like a silver ribbon. Everything was breathtaking, and I'd never felt safer than in that moment, wrapped in Cade's arms. Cade? Yes? Have you ever fallen for a client? The answer came immediately. No, it would never happen. I can't do my job properly if I'm emotionally involved. My heart sank. So it was just me. He was just being kind to his client, nothing more. A week later at school, I searched for Riley to study in the library but couldn't find her. I sat down alone, letting Cade guard the door. 20 minutes later, Cade burst through. Aria, look out! I looked up. The massive bookshelf behind me was tipping forward, hundreds of pounds of books and wood falling toward my head. Cade launched across the room and shoved me away with incredible force. I hit the floor hard. The bookshelf crashed where I'd been sitting. But Cade hadn't fully cleared it. The edge caught his shoulder and back. He spent a week in the hospital with a fractured shoulder blade and cracked ribs. My parents insisted I stay home, but I refused. I visited Cade every day. On the 5th day, Riley appeared with my favorite coffee. I've been so worried. I heard what happened. I was about to take a sip when a hand slapped the cup away. It hit the floor, liquid spreading. I spun around. Cade stood there in his hospital gown, one arm in a sling, with a police officer beside him. What are you doing? You should be in bed. But then I saw the officer snap handcuffs around Riley's wrists. What's happening? I looked between Cade and my best friend in confusion. Cade's expression was harder than ever. Riley is the one who pushed the bookshelf onto you. I've been monitoring her for days. That day, I saw her enter through the back door. A door that's supposed to be locked. I knew she was planning something. That's ridiculous! I turned to Riley, waiting for her to deny it. Instead, Riley's face transformed. All warmth melted away, replaced by something cold and hateful. I'm sure that coffee is poisoned too, Cade added, nodding toward the spilled drink. Riley, why? My voice broke. She said nothing. Then she started laughing, a harsh, bitter sound. Because I hate you, she screamed, her face contorting with rage. I've always hated you. You have everything I've ever wanted. Beauty, talent, fame, wealth, even Marcus. You don't appreciate any of it. Riley ... I would have gotten rid of you months ago if your stupid bodyguard wasn't such a pain. She was still screaming as the officer dragged her away. I was left speechless. Cade pulled me into a hug. Are you okay? I'll be fine. How are you? I'm okay, but I can't be your bodyguard anymore, Aria. I can't fight my feelings for you. It's wrong. My heart raced. If I fire you right now, will you be my boyfriend instead? Without a word, he grabbed my face and kissed me on the lips. I took that as a yes. If you enjoyed this story, like and subscribe for daily curious stories. See you in the next one.